Those voting aye, 30. Those voting no, 20.
State lawmakers have taken a significant step toward defunding Planned Parenthood in Iowa. Hear the arguments on both sides of the aisle.
Violence this morning at St. Augustine's Catholic Church, where a woman stabbed a deacon with an 8-inch chef's knife. How police say the event unfolded and what condition the deacon finds himself in.
And embracing charity in the town of Pella. How a little yard installation is doing big things for this community.
Found a note in there from somebody who'd used it, and they said, thank you for this kindness. You don't know what it means to me and mine.
From WHO HD, the local news leader. This is Channel 13 News at 6.
Outside the state capitol, Iowans are pushing back against the president's executive orders on refugees and immigration. This is a live look at a protest that started a little more than an hour ago. We'll check back in a little bit later in the show. Inside the Capitol, emotions are running high as well. Good evening, I'm Erin Kiernan.
I'm Dan Winters. Thank you for being with us tonight. This afternoon, the Senate approved a bill that would block funding to Planned Parenthood and other abortion providers.
The vote was along party lines. Channel 13's Justin Surency joins us live with the details.
Yeah, Aaron and Dan, for 2.5 hours, lawmakers debated this 4-page bill on the Senate floor. It completely divided party lines, but the 30-20 vote also showed us where Democrats and Republicans stand at opposite ends of the issue. Now, with its passing in the Senate, family services like Planned Parenthood have their backs completely against the wall. This bill would strip away state funding to family planning services that provide abortions in the state of Iowa. Now, Republicans like Senator Amy Sinclair believe it will increase access and programs for women's health services because it would redistribute money to any service that does not provide abortions on the family planning service side. Now, Democrats and opponents of this bill say it will only increase unplanned pregnancies and increase abortions. While this bill, like you said, is controversial, it also got extremely personal today.
Our debate in this room does not replace the Supreme Court of the United States and the conclusions it reached in 1973. Our debate in this room affects real Iowans who are receiving real services today. Our focus needs to be on those Iowans.
Senator Bolton, I'm a little surprised at you. 1973 ruling. I mean, I don't know how old you are, but your mom could have chosen for you to not be here.
Rule 9.
Senator Bolton, I will retract the statement. I apologize to both you and your mother.
Yeah, that debate really shows you how personal everything got today. These people have their hearts completely in it on the Senate floor. Now there's no concrete way to fund this type of state-run family service program yet, but Governor Branstad has recommended to legislators that money be pulled out of a service that helps vulnerable children and families already. And this bill now moves on to the House. Well, they'll vote on it, and they can vote on it as early as Monday.
All right, we'll pick this up again next week. Thanks, Justin.
And this morning, activists packed the Capitol on behalf of Iowa's animals. Dozens of organizations took part in Humane Lobby Day, including the Animal Rescue League. The ARL tells us it is pushing lawmakers to better define laws that protect dogs and cats, companion animals, and they say that would make the laws easier to enforce. All of this was happening the day after the ARL discovered several dogs dead and decaying on a property east of the metro in Sandyville.
And we want to warn you, the pictures you're about to see are disturbing. The Animal Rescue League says the dogs' bodies were found in various stages of decay, some in kennels covered in feces with their collars still on. Tests will likely be conducted to determine the exact causes of death in this case. No matter what, though, officials say there is no excuse for this.
What's being suspected is that these animals suffered and starved to death, and because of how they were found and the condition that they were found, that it supports that theory, and that never, ever, ever should happen. The Animal Rescue League is always there for people struggling to provide for their pets, whether it's one pet or multiple pets, so that nothing like this happens.
Warren County deputies are still investigating and pursuing possible animal cruelty charges.
Des Moines police have arrested a woman after they say she stabbed a Catholic deacon inside a local church. Channel 13's Ben Oldak was one of the first people on the scene. He joins us live outside of St. Augustine Parish, west of downtown. Ben.
Dan, it was a scary situation here at St. Augustine's just after 11 a.m. in the normal peaceful sanctuary of the church.
Witnesses report that the suspect was just seated in the pew there, appeared to be praying, approached the front of the room, initiated some sort of a confrontation with a deacon of the church, and as it looks like he may have been walking out with her, and at that time she stabbed him.
Police found their suspect, 31-year-old Ashley Eckhart, about a half hour later. She was wandering nearby on Ingersoll Avenue. She was taken into custody without incident. Later, police found a bloody 8-inch chef's knife on the sidewalk near the church. Police say the victim, recently identified as Deacon Joe Cohen, is recovering in the hospital from serious cuts to the face and hands, but he is expected to survive. And police tell us that Eckhart is going to be charged with willful injury, which is a felony. She has not been booked at the Polk County Jail as of now. Dan?
It'll be interesting to learn what led to this. Thank you, Ben.
2 men are wanted for questioning in a Des Moines homicide. Police believe 46-year-old Leroy Williams Jr. and 33-year-old Rico Denault Riley know something about the death of Michael Huckleberry. The two are wanted on material witness and first-degree robbery warrants. Police say they found Huckleberry's body in an apartment on Twana Drive Sunday afternoon. A neighbor noticed that a window had been left open for a few days. If you know where Williams or Riley are, call police.
And Des Moines police are searching for suspects in a shooting late last night. The victim told police it happened at this basketball court off Drake Park Avenue. They say the victim was hit in the leg and is expected to be okay. They combed the area but couldn't find any shell casings. No suspects as of yet. This is one of those odd weather days, Aaron. A couple of times I noticed flurries and sunshine at the same time.
Yeah, well, one thing's for sure. It was cold.
Yes.
We check in now with Chief Meteorologist Ed Wilson with a look at the forecast that's a little bit up and down.
Yep.
It is going to be up and down. In fact, in our headlines tonight, we're going to see an average winter day for Friday. Still dry, and then there's some warmer temperatures over the weekend that could include just a very brief chance for snow. Next week, we're probably going to be transitioning back into umbrellas. So be prepared for that. That up and down forecast is a big part of the next 7. I'll show you how warm it will be and how much rain we might see on this second full week of February. So much for Groundhog Day.
Yeah, no kidding. All right, thanks, Ed.
You've probably seen those little free libraries around town. Well, now there's a similar concept popping up, a way to spread kindness. This is called the Little Free Pantry. A Pella family put it outside of their house in December. Simple concept here. You take what you need and leave what you can. The family keeps it stocked with food and household items. People stop by to stock it as well. It's already been emptied twice.
There are folks who may not qualify for the assistance of the food shelf, but still find themselves in need. People who are living paycheck to paycheck, people who are dealing with an unexpected illness or a layoff.
They say 2 of the hottest items are personal care items along with pet food. The Cyclones need a win.
Right now, they're looking at 3 straight losses. In sports, why the coach says the team will break the streak at Kansas while still being a man down.
But first, only 6 of President Trump's cabinet or cabinet-level nominees have been confirmed. Why Democrats are boycotting them and how most Republicans are pushing on without them.
From WHO HD, the local news leader. You're watching Channel 13 News at 6.